Hello, this is Katie McGuire from PA Cyber, and today we will be discussing trend number 7. The percentage of American children living in families with incomes below the poverty line has increased continuously. Nearly 1 in 5 children are poor today. We will examine Maslow's hierarchy of needs and explain how his concepts impact a student's ability to learn, as well as support the need for teachers to pay particular attention to these factors. Maslow's hierarchy consists of 5 levels. From bottom to top, the pyramid categories are the following: physiological, safety, love or belonging, self-esteem, and self-actualization. The University of Florida believes in the following facts that align with Maslow's hierarchy. This hierarchy has been effectively applied to the educational program development, and each of these levels must be considered as we design and implement programs. The levels build upon one another, and lower-level needs must be satisfied for learners before they are motivated to move on to higher-level motivators. Some examples of needs to each level are the following. Physiological needs is like providing breakfast for an early meeting for those that are traveling to have them participate fully and get their minds working. Personal safety. We should be where we hold educational programs to ensure they are held in an area that is safe and accessible. Programs should be held where people feel safe and welcome. Love and belonging. Do students like being together? Can they learn and share with one another? Schools should ensure that people are open and willing to engage and work with others. Strategies should be utilized to create a strong learning community. Self-esteem should address students being able to feel comfortable to open up and express their true feelings and beliefs. It is up to the teacher to encourage involvement of everyone to create dialogue. The last category is self-actualization. Self-actualization can be referred to as be all that you can be. Learners at this stage should apply newfound knowledge, information, and skills. When students better themselves, they then better the community and society. As instructors, they should be facilitating this through feedback, encouragement, and follow-up with students. According to an article in thenaturalnews.com, Dr. Abram Maslow synthesized a large body of research resulting in his master creation, the hierarchy of needs. This hierarchy, beautiful in its simplicity, describes the stage of human development through which each of us passes on the way to becoming fully functioning, responsible adults, ultimately moving toward the pinnacle of achievement attained by humans. Maslow's hierarchy offers a simple, clear, and explanation for why children fail. His 4 deficiency needs must be fully met before the child is in any condition to benefit from his school experience. He must have nourishing food, a consistent home with heat in the winter, and the feeling of being safe before his mind is free to learn at school. Can you imagine what it is like to be awakened during the night by gunshots in your neighborhood, get up in an apartment where the heat has been cut off, or walk to school through a neighborhood of abandoned buildings where someone might pull you in? How can you achieve the self-esteem need for learning when you know that your family is on the bottom of the economic pile, or your parent has just been arrested? Many of the children who have been unable to fulfill the needs necessary for school achievement live in the inner cities that are so well represented on lists of failing school districts. Sadly, there is no acknowledgement of the conditions under which they live and the impact of these conditions on their lack of school achievement. When underperforming schools lose funding, it is the social workers, counselors, and psychologists whose jobs are the first to be cut. Yet these are the people who act as the front line for helping children who are unable to meet their deficiency needs. Perhaps we can excuse our legislative bodies for No Child Left Behind and for state takeovers. Many legislative members have no idea of the realities facing many of American school children today. And for those who are too busy dealing with other important issues, it becomes too tempting to assume a direct cause or effect relationship and assume that if children are failing at school, it must be the teacher's fault. Kim Collins, a virtual teacher at PA Cyber, came up with 3 important learning points that pertain to Maslow's hierarchy. The first one is children living in poor households do not receive the same support as students who live in families that are not poor. And in a household where parents do not make a lot of money, the parents may be working several jobs just to make ends meet. In cases such as this, there is no support at home to provide support for children additional studying and practice at home because they may be out working for most of the hours in the day. Due to the fact that these parents are not home, these children may not feel loved or a sense of belonging because their parent is unable to spend time with them. This can lead the child to feel as if school is not important because their parents are not working on stuff at home with them and stressing the importance of learning. Because their parents are unable to stress the importance of school, even if they feel it is important, their child may feel as if they cannot accomplish anything more than the cards they have been dealt with. Therefore, they are inclined to push themselves in school. Students can often become very frustrated as well when parents are not home and when they're feeling undermined or at a low socioeconomic status. I have come up with some goals of my own that help address these issues that were just discussed. My first goal is to build rapport for students on the loving and feeling belonged hierarchy. It is important to me as an educator to provide adequate interaction for students to help facilitate instruction. I am committed to providing a safe and cohesive environment as well as by meeting personal safety needs of my students and parents. My second goal is to promote diverse dialogue with my students. By encouraging diverse and open dialogue, I will share my own personal experiences with my students. I want all of my students to feel comfortable in the classroom or even on a phone conversation. Many times, students participate in their IEP meetings at PA Cyber via phone conference, and during these meetings, they should be able to express their true feelings. My final goal is to be considerate of students' backgrounds and their situations at home. Not all students have the same living situation. I need to understand and know my students the best I can so that I may adapt my learning materials, how I speak with my students, and to help them better understand how to communicate with others in the classroom. With positive implications of applying instructional strategies according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we can help our students achieve success even when they do live in poverty. The following citations were used